What are some cheat codes for interacting with certain animals? Dogs will defend their territory, but will almost always avoid fighting. If you find them outside their territory, if you run into one on the street, his policy will be not to bother you if you don't bother him. If a dog is actually having a go at you, it's because you're near something he owns or otherwise values. In this situation, don't just run away. It's his instinct to chase you. Instead, back away showing your side, but not your rear. This indicates that you're not interested in fighting him, but that you're prepared to defend yourself if you have to. For best results, find something to shove in his mouth to block bites. Remember, a wagging tail means excitement, and the difference between playful excitement and dangerous excitement is in how stiff and straight the tail is while it wags. Most cats don't like lots of eye contact because they see it as a sign of aggression. Some don't mind, but it depends how domesticated they are. If you're trying to get a cat to come to you, glance at their eyes, then look away. This is also why cats always go to the person who's allergic or dislikes them. You think you're ignoring them by not looking at them. They think you're friendly. With horses, you can blow gently into their nostrils. It's supposedly horseish for saying hi to other horses they like, and if it likes it, it will blow back and be chill. Have tried it a few times, and they seem to like it. But who knows, it's horses. If attacked by a shark, punch them firmly in the snout. If that doesn't work, poke them in the eye with your stump. If you see a hippo, run away. If the horse is dead, beating it won't do much good. Do not stand behind a black bear when he is backing up. They have terrible blind spots and very poor insurance coverage. Leave giant birds the hell alone. Would you pet a pea-brained angry dinosaur? No. Why? They put ostriches, emus, rheas, etc. in petting zoos is a mystery to me. These guys can quickly injure you, and there is no single quick tip in dealing with them. Rubbing your thumb and pointer finger together in a show me the money way gets animals' attention. Cats, fish, lizards, it's pretty neat. A good smack to a mosquito kills the Motherfucker. Axe body spray makes excellent bug spray. Seriously, when I went to live with my grandparents in the countryside, I forgot to bring a bug spray. He had a lot of mosquitoes in the room, so I just used Axe body spray to kill them all. It doesn't give them a quick painless death though. They convulse and have spasms like crazy. Scratch a dog where its back legs can't reach. Keep scratching until its eyes begin to close, then move to the stomach and hips. Their legs will start kicking automatically and it's hilarious. Also, you will become that dog's best friend. Dolphins love children crazy amounts, so if you are going to go swimming with them or feed them, bring a child. When boxing with a kangaroo, they usually lack the strategy to do more than interchange punching arms, so you can easily use this to your advantage. If you spray a spider with hair spray/deodorant, then it won't be able to move and you can beat it to death easier. With dogs, always let them smell the back of your hand when you approach them. Never go straight for the pat on the head. Some dogs see this as a threat and will become aggressive. Letting them smell the back of the hand lets them know you're cool. If you can pick up a chicken, hold its head under one of its wings, then rock it like a baby for a minute. Then put it in the ground, and it will be asleep. You can also put them in a trance by holding their beak against the ground and drawing a line out from their beak with your finger. When you let go, if they're head, they just kind of stare at the ground with their head down. Never try to get near a herd of sheep in the wild, because sheepdogs are quite protective. That being said, if you ever have to walk through a herd of confined sheep without making them shy away, walk backwards through the herd. They will calmly stream around both sides of you. Why? Because sheep are very stupid creatures. Cockatoos can be very friendly if you have one's attention. Soft clicking/clucking noises and small head bobs will often result in them dancing and imitating you. Be careful or they might land on your head or shoulders, which has happened to me. If a ferret tries to bite you, scruff it like a cat does a kitten while gently supporting its bum. Hold it like that for long enough and it should settle and yawn. Will require repeating. When patting dogs/cats, try to scratch underneath the chin and work up instead of going straight for the over the head pat. It makes you appear much more friendly and less dominant. Many rabbits will enjoy a pat and a head scratch instead of being picked up. but if you do, best to have one hand around its shoulders and use the other to scoop it up from behind, so you quickly have it on its back in your arms, 4 paws up. If done correctly and quickly enough, they'll sort of just lie there, looking half asleep. Some prefer the tuck its head right under your chin method, so they feel supported everywhere, i.e. not only supporting legs, but held around their side or sides, their head, and their back. If you wriggle your fingers in front of an aquarium, fish will swim to your worm-like hands. Birds have trust issues. Throw a peanut at a squirrel. He might get scared, but then he will check it out and eat it. Throw peanuts closer and closer to you one at a time, waiting for the squirrel to find each one and come back. Make a noise every time he picks up and eats the peanut. Eventually you can get the squirrel to take a peanut next to your hand without your hand moving. Keep making your sound and throw the peanut in front of you and hold it. Try not to get bit by the nervous squirrel. Works with other animals too. Never ever put your hand out to a parrot unless you understand parrot body language or the bird's handler is available. I have a Congo African grey, and she can break chicken bones with her beak. Never look at a parrot with both eyes. When a parrot's belly feathers flutter, they are very relaxed. If a parrot's head feathers are down, but the rest of them are up, you are in moderate danger. If a parrot's back feathers are up, you are in great danger. Parrots are sneaky, manipulative little buggers. Whatever they are doing, bear in mind that it might be a trap. Yelling at a parrot will only make them yell back. Also, they love drama. If you yell at them, they will repeat the behavior so that you will yell again. Late to the party as usual. Here are some things I've learned working at different zoos. If you don't know an animal, don't immediately reach for its face to pet it. It will probably bite you. I had this happen with camels, dogs, and cats a couple times. Elephants will hurt you on accident if you're not careful. Also, they love food. Then there are some of them that just want to kill things/people. One of my supervisors told me a story about an old circus elephant that would leave a small pile of food out for rats and then kill them when they came to eat it. Giraffes are pretty dumb, but super alert. Any small changes will put them on high alert and make them pretty antsy. The ones I worked with weren't very big on being pet. We had one that would let you do it, but you had to constantly feed her. Most big hoof stock, bongos, elands, gazelle, etc. are super skittish as they are prey animals, so don't expect to pet them unless they've been trained/hand raised. If you cough loudly and the cow's ears don't twitch much, it's a good sign that the heifer is concentrating on a good hand. It's wise to come with a bluff or fold if you have a weak hand at this point. Note, for a bull, the answer is reversed. If you cough loudly and the bull's ears don't twitch much, it's a good sign that the bull is preparing to charge. Grew up around a lot of animals, so flies always jump essentially straight up and forward as you go to slap them, and they're faster than you. Clap above them about 6 inches to compensate. Ever try to catch a frog? Same thing. Get behind them, lean over, and be ready to catch 6 inches to a foot ahead of them as they jump away. If you need to pick up a turtle, approach from the rear and grab it on the sides of its shell. Warning, it will pee on you and scratch while trying to reach around and bite you. Generally, they can't bite past their front legs. Crabs are the same tactic. Approach from the rear and pinch in the center ear. Grab them by the butt. They'll squirm and stretch, but they can't get you. Always keep your hand on a horse so they know where you are. Goats headbutt to establish dominance/pecking order. Square up to them, hold your ground, and let them headbutt the heel of your boot. They're going to hit pretty hard, so be ready, as you're essentially kicking them in the top of the head. You won't hurt them. They're literally designed for it. When you don't budge, they know who's boss. I've done this since I was 8 or 10, but it's easier the bigger you are. Smaller dog thinks he's the boss, coming after you/guests. Do what the pack leader does. Grab him by the scruff, push his head down, roll him, and hold him by the neck. Bare your teeth and stare at him. If he's still freaking, you can hold him as long as necessary. Almost all of the time, they stop immediately. This is how dogs win fights. Kicking/hitting/smacking dogs is not something they understand and is just plain abusive and likely to make them even more aggressive. Doesn't work on big dogs. Too much potential to actually be hurt. In dog packs, alpha eats first. Humans should eat first. Dog gets food after human dinner is over. If you're feeding your dog before yourself, you send quite a message. Cat claws only work one way. If they are latched to your clothes, or you pull them forward to release. This is why cats can't climb down trees head first and get stuck on occasion. Snakes are easily distracted by motion. Wiggle the left hand far out while you grab the tail with the right and start walking away. Watch almost anyone working with snakes. You'll see them do similar. Obviously, avoid touching snakes at all costs unless you know what it is and what you're doing. Ever lose a hamster/mouse? Take a steep bowl or low bucket and stack books around it like a little spiral staircase. Put some peanut butter on a cracker and a small dish of water in the bottom. They'll be in there scratching to get out before you know it. Don't mess with birds. Any bird. Even canaries. Just don't. Don't approach deer and similar horned wild animals. Generally, they run away before you get the chance. If they don't, chances are they're guarding babies or territory. They're very good guards. I hope this doesn't get buried cause it works, and it's really cool. If you see a herd of deer grazing in a field and you want to get close to them, do not approach them like a hunter would, eyes fixed on them and moving slow. Instead, do what they do and keep your eyes on the ground, milling in a zigzag pattern while pretending to search the ground. They'll think you're a grazer like them and not a threat. Of course, be extremely cautious when you get close, as anything threatening can turn the pack into a stampede of hooves and shit. I don't advise this at all, but it is a cheat code that I've seen work. Treat animals like children. They will simultaneously trust you and respect you. Treat children like adults. Every child wants validation, and doing this teaches them their thoughts and feelings actually matter. Be socially awkward around adults because you're not sure how to scale this up further. But realize it doesn't matter because most adults are too self-centered to notice and will like you because you listen to them ramble, and the others are kind enough to notice what you're doing and respond appropriately. Cheat code for all social interactions. If you do end up being attacked by a dog, offer your forearm. Do this because not only will you be able to control the position of the dog so it doesn't bite a more dangerous area, but if the dog has latched on, use your free arm to push the back of its head into the bitten arm while pushing your bitten arm further back into the dog's mouth. This will make the dog let go. I remember this one day when my friend came over to my house. We were about 10, and we decided we would have some fun with my two dogs, a Saint Bernard and a Husky. We both tried to see if we could figure out dog language and see what certain words mean to dogs. We got a notepad and a pen and we went and sat in front of my dogs. We started saying random dog sounds to them, such as woof and bow wow and off and stuff like that to see how they reacted. I remembered they started running around, and we said bow wow, and they stopped dead in their tracks. We looked at each other. We now knew bow wow meant stop. Another time, we tried off, and they started jumping up to us. We now knew off meant jump. This carried on for so long, and eventually we tried to piece words together to talk to the dogs in full sentences. We thought we had finally figured out dog language. Now, I think about it and have a chuckle, but back then, when we were 10, it was the most scientific thing ever. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos.